What's up, everybody? Phil Rogacki here with another episode of 2TG. Wherever you guys are at in the world, appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys listening in, always supporting the podcast, always paying the fee, which is, if you don't know, is sharing it. So today, if you guys get something out of this podcast, if you learned something, if you enjoyed it, if you laughed, just post it. This is how the podcasts grow, and that's the fee, and that's all we ask for. But if you guys are first-time listeners and haven't listened to the show before, we got many different types of episodes that we have on the show. A few of the episodes I'll name here is we have our gear talk. We bring in different manufacturers and provide insights on new gear, old gear, comparison, the good, the bad, the backstory of how it was developed and made. We also talk about services in there, so different type of insurance services that can help you and your business out on a daily basis. We have our training talk, bringing in different trainers to talk about not only on the tree care side and teaching and training new techniques and stuff, but also on the sales, on the marketing, different things that can help you out there. We have our full-length episode, which if you're in the studio in California, we usually have an hour to 2 hour episode and have a bunch of fun in there. So if you're ever out in California and you want to come by, let us know. We have our safety talk. We talk about incidents, real life examples that happen in our industry, and how do we mitigate those from happening again. We talk about what happened, step by step, and what things we can do to make sure those things don't happen in the future. And lastly, we have What's Your Story? And What's Your Story is unique, and every single one is different. We bring industry badasses in to talk about their story of how they got in the industry and the good, the bad, the ugly, the ups, downs, trials and tribulations, and hearing how they got in the industry, hearing the mentors along their way that directed them to get them in. And today we're going to be doing a What's Your Story with Mr. Cortland Johnson. What's up, dude? Sacramento, California.
That's
Coast.
We're way out here. We're far from home. Yeah.
Well, cool, man. I know we've been trying to get you on the show for a little while here, and finally we made it happen.
Yeah, I'm excited. It's been nice being here, and I'm ready to share my story. Well,
let's dive into it, man. Let's time you were born to where you are now. Let's hear the ups and downs to get you to where you are today.
Yeah, I was born in San Jose, California.
Okay.
Into a big family, and
how big a family?
5 kids,
okay,
and mom and dad, and we moved to Northern California from the Bay Area and relocated into the Central Valley. And my family has owned a tree company for 32 years.
Oh, wow.
And I was raised in the company.
That's your only job you've had?
And I was in the military.
Okay.
So I spent some time in the Army, and I trimmed trees in the Army, in fact. I'm bringing my saddle. I can make some extra money,
Yeah.
So I was young. I graduated and left for the Army. I was going to school at Sac State for water polo and swimming, got a scholarship.
Okay.
And was like, I like this, but it's not me. So I kind of went on a search.
What, going to college?
Going to college, playing water polo. I was real good. I loved it. It was fantastic being an athlete on that level.
But let's go back a little bit and talk about growing up in a family business. Being born, playing sports. Just being a kid. I mean, what?
Growing up in the business. You're being a kid. You're enjoying. That your family's out there working, but you don't really understand it,
Yeah.
You want to try it. It's like, I want to go see what's it about.
How much of the family was working in the business?
There was 2 of us at the time. My uncle and his wife decided to open up Twin Cities Tree Service, and they were a small business, and it started growing, and he scaled into what now is a pretty large company.
Twin Cities. Why do you call it? Was he from Minnesota?
No, it's from California, a small town. There's 2 small towns, Yuba City and Marysville. And the only thing that separates the town is a a bridge and some water.
Okay.
And so
I love Yuba City, man.
Hey.
Yuba City's cool.
yeah, it's nice.
Yuba River going up.
Mm-hmm.
We have some good times up
Good
there.
times on the Yuba, yeah.
Yeah.
And they decided, hey, we want to grow this business and we want family to be able to be part of that, you know. And
This
I
is
didn't,
your uncle?
yeah, and I didn't really know what I wanted to do young. I just wanted to go to work, you know, and be a part of it. So I started at 14. I would go there and just drag brush to the chipper and drive around and do estimates. And it was like, okay, this is really cool.
You were driving around at 14?
Yeah, with my uncle.
Oh, with
yeah.
your uncle.
That's not allowed yet, but so I would go to estimates and learn and watch and listen. You know, over the years, it became natural. You know, spending that time in the company and being able to be in a position where I was, where hey, we want to start you off from here and build you all the way up.
Yeah.
You know, and
why did your uncle start the company? I mean, did he have experience in tree work before? Or?
You know what? I think it's kind of like, wow, you know, I started doing side jobs for this and that, and it turned into, I was trimming trees for trash cans to go up and down. He actually worked at a disposal company and would leave cards at the houses with all the trees that would hit the garbage, you know.
Oh.
And so he started off very humble, and
he was like, hey, I somebody needs to trim these trees. Why don't I just trim them?
Yeah, he wanted to, you know, do better for the family and provide, you know. And so he did. He started there, and then he got a dump truck, and it took off. Now they are one of the largest contractors for AT&T in Northern California.
Oh, cool.
So they do a lot of work, the fires, residential work, regular utility work.
Yeah.
So
that's cool. That's cool. So he hired you at 14 to start pulling brush and
I would stay at home
summer?
and it was stay at home and weed whack and go to work 3 other days, you know.
Yeah, that's cool. I started working at 14 with my uncle doing asphalt. So every summer going out there and doing asphalt. And to this day, I still love the smell of like hot rubber burning. I'm like, that smells good.
It smells good. Yeah. So I wanted to try it out, you know, and they would not let me. It was so funny because my aunt, she would come and check on the job site with, you know, say hi to Tony, and
Tony's
Tony's my uncle. You better not be putting that brush too close, you know. I'm like, I just want to stick a stick in there, you know.
They wouldn't let you?
No, it was just too young, you know, and the safety reasons. So when I turned 16, I believe the minimum wage was $5.75 an hour, and I went to work right away. I was all about it.
Yeah.
And I remember even during the summer and the fall after school, you know, getting picked up in front of the high school. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go drop you off at the job site. I'll pick you up at 5. You know, just to work and do that.
Work at night?
Yeah, till night. So I would get out of school and go work 3 hours until it got dark.
That's cool.
You know, so
then after that, working the summers, getting out of high school, you decided to join the Army.
Yeah, I got a scholarship. I started going to school and everything, and I remember my cousin coming home. He was in the 82nd Airborne. You're gonna love it. I'm like, really? He's like, yeah, you gotta try it, dude. This is for you, you know. So
why do you think it was for you?
I don't know. I've always wondered. I had family members, you know, Marines and things, and I always wondered, oh, you know, that would be kind of. I think I could do that. Mm-hmm. That would be something I'd be interested in. And I think I was at that moment, you know, at that point
that you didn't want to go to college anymore. You didn't want to play the sports.
And I didn't see a real future. You know, I wanted to start early. You know, not wait and then start. You know, so and
what were we going to school for?
I was going to school for general education and business. Yeah. So I'd already was taking business classes that young and was interested in the business. And I always wanted to imitate. I want to be like you, Uncle Tony. Mm-hmm. You know, so I had planned on, you know, learning things that would help me, you know, be like that. So I actually left college and was deployed a year and a half later.
Wow. Why now, out of all the branches, why Army?
Because everyone in my family was a Marine, and I wanted to be different, and do something different.
They mess with you. Like
Oh my gosh,
Christmas and all that stuff.
I've heard so many jokes. Yeah, that.
My dad was a Marine, and he like Army. Oh man.
Yeah,
Navy guys, this that.
Yeah, it's a inside competition,
It is. It is.
Yeah,
that's cool. So going to the Army, you were deployed.
Mm-hmm.
Where were you deployed?
Went to Iraq. Traveled all over Iraq as a QRF, quick response force for incidents.
What does that do?
So every base has a quick response force that goes out and is the first on the scene or chasing down whatever threat to the base. And you just go out, 3 trucks, 9 guys, and go to work,
Yeah.
And it was fun. It was probably one of the best experiences I've had in my life.
Yeah.
And it helped carry over being professional in our industry and operating at a level that is obtainable to someone that's been trained, and is understanding of, wow, I need to be more like this because this will work this way, and being organized and working with people that have that mentality to be successful.
Learning how to work with a team.
Yes.
Organized planning.
Yeah, exactly. It's the same
All
thing.
your equipment has
Training.
to be top notch, ready to go all the time out there.
Yep. And working with the team and growing together and having that camaraderie. I just wasn't able to find that after I got out, except for in the tree industry.
Really?
And that's what really captured me after I got out was...
How long were you in for?
4 years.
4 years. 4 years, you decided to get out. Now, why'd you get out in 4 years and not keep going?
Because I wanted to go trim trees.
Okay.
That was the thing is, okay, this is like, all right, but I don't want to retire doing this. It was pretty dangerous. I didn't know how many times I can go over there and come back.
How many times did you go over there?
Once. Once was a lot. We were on 6-month deployments, doing, highly dangerous operations. So we were ready. I was ready to come home and, okay, I did that. I'm ready to move on.
Yeah. Let's
utilize this skill that I've learned over here and implement it in my life, So becoming successful was a top goal, and doing it right, and making it, being a part of a team, organized and a skilled and proficient team.
Yeah.
And that's important,
So you getting out of the Army after the 4 years, did you call Uncle Tony up like, what's up? I'm in. Let's do this.
Oh, he called me.
Yeah, he's like, hey,
you ready? Yeah, he's all, okay, come back. When do you want to start? I was stationed at Fort Lewis. It was a 12-hour drive home.
Yeah.
Drove home and was working the next day.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was like back to it. It felt so good, too.
Now you could actually chip the brush and stuff.
Yeah, I was able to.
What was your aunt's name?
Sandy.
Aunt Sandy's like, back away, Court.
Yeah, get away. Tony, you better not let him do that. Yeah, so, having my family and they were there for me when I got out and wanting to stay busy. I actually was on active duty with a job at night. I'm a really outgoing, active person. I like to be involved and stay busy.
Yeah.
I feel like when you're not busy, you're not growing.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Yes.
So getting in and started working with Uncle Tony, you were full-time working with him. Let's talk about the progression from there, because you weren't climbing yet, right?
Yes, I had already been climbing.
Climbing a little bit?
18. Before 18, I started climbing 17, 18. And it was like, hey, you want to climb this tree?
Yeah.
I was like,
you were saying that you were trimming trees in the Army. So
yeah, so I started before. Oh, I had realized that some of my friends had purchased homes in Seattle area and they had trees, and I just let them know, hey, my family has a tree company at home, and I was climbing trees, and I can, fix anything or climb the tree for you. And
okay, because you were stationed in Seattle.
Yep, I was stationed at Fort Lewis, and I just started trimming trees there too. Ended up going back home, getting more ropes, getting some other gear, coming back from leave, and being ready to do so. That's where I did a lot of my first big trees in Seattle. They got a lot of big firs and stuff up there, and got to learn how to master the conifer, and figure that out. But I would work all week, and then one day a week on the weekend I would do trees. So I would be Army all week, change games,
Saturday tree work,
Sunday rest.
gotcha.
And then I'd go back at it, and
What were you doing with your extra money you were making on the weekends?
saving it.
Just saving it
Yeah.
for what?
I didn't know yet. I would save it.
Yeah. Okay.
I had some things I was like, maybe I want this and want that. But every time I would like think about buying something, I'd be like, no, keep saving.
Keep saving.
Keep saving,
You still a saver?
Yeah.
Still saving it?
I'm still a saver.
Did you figure out what you want to spend it on yet?
Yeah. Now I know. Now I have a reason to spend it
Okay.
because I figured out I was waiting for the right time. And
Good.
it's time. Yeah.
So working at your uncle's, let's talk about that and that journey from there. Are you still at your uncle's?
No, I'm not. I've now
Fired you?
No, actually, he's never fired me. So I've had to leave to go get certified and, get more experience. And it was more of a mutual understanding. Hey, I need to do this. He's all, you need to do that. And I
Just
support
kinda
that.
Up your skills.
Yeah.
And
But I did stay with him for 11 years.
that's a long time.
Yeah. And
From the time you got out of the Army?
before and after.
Before and after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
working with him on and off and then full time when you got out.
he would go on vacation and I would be in charge, and have to figure it out. And he would explain.
How'd you like that?
I was so excited to get the opportunity to grow in that area,
Well, you had 4 years of leading, working with teams, organization and deploying it. I mean, you did a lot of that.
It really prepared me
Yeah.
to handle what I was wanting to do.
Yeah.
And I didn't understand because I didn't at the time try it. I hadn't tried what I was going to do. And now I know what I ended up doing, was tree work. I own Johnson Tree Care in Sacramento, and we're really close. We have a little agreement. This is my area. This is your area.
Don't come over here.
You can come say hi.
So you decided to go out on your own. What year was that?
This was 5 months before COVID.
Okay. Perfect timing.
That's what everyone said. Yeah.
It boomed. Everybody needed stuff done.
They were at home looking at their backyard and saw needs for trees to be trimmed, and I capitalized. I went around. I went on social media. I went to some classes, went to the Grant Cardone venture and scaling classes, and paid the money to do it. Yep, 10X. And I decided to make a plan, and I started executing it a little bit by little bit.
Yeah.
And understanding my area, because every area's got a very versatile community of people that are different spenders, different prices of houses, different areas. And you know how California is. There are some areas where you could go from smaller houses to neighborhoods that are gated and very large, and it's just one street difference. So understanding our market was really important, and being able to grow in that area allowed me to do that and understand my market better.
How did let's talk about you starting a company. I mean, you were saving up for that, really.
Yeah, I was. I had been waiting, to do that. And
walk us through it. Like
I called Tony.
Thoughts, how you felt.
Yeah. Okay, so I started knocking doors. I was like, okay, well, I can get some side work. I don't want to work for anyone. They just want to use my skills. My uncle had said, in the future, I'm going to want to retire, so you need to go get your license and start your business. And I want you to have something that I can help you with, and he did. He got me going, motivated me a little bit, and kicked me out the door and said, go get it.
Go get it, boy.
Go get it, boy. So it was a sink or swim, figure it out as I go. And I started knocking doors, and it grew into a social media presence and I would drive around town and, oh, that's the tree guy. I saw you on the internet, you know?
Really?
And it became motivating. It was really motivating for me to see the progress and the amazing things that were coming from all the hard work.
Yeah.
You know, and so that's what really drives me is, you know, coming out and being able to motivate yourself on your own time. You know, people have a hard time keep pushing through the hard, you know, and that's part of the whole process. And it was nice having my family, you know, hey, Tony, so this guy, he, every question and phone call, you know, it was reciprocating now because I used to be the foreman. Yeah. Hey, Cortland, did you do this? Did you get the truck this? Did you get the chipper that? Did we go get the chains, you know? But now I was like on his level asking him questions, and he was like my open book, you know? It was like
he's made all the mistakes 1,000 times.
Exactly.
Like, do that, do this, you'll be good here. It's okay.
So I was able to have some of the best coaching, I think, you know, when it's your family member and there's no greed or, you know.
He just wants to see you win, man.
Yeah.
See his nephew know, grow and prosper.
Exactly. So I do feel I have a huge advantage because of the tight-knit relationships in the tree company I had and growing and doing that kind of thing.
What about your first job? How'd that go?
Excellent. 5-star review. Awesome profit margin. In fact, I just trimmed her trees 2 months ago, and
special client.
Yeah. She knows it. She's the lady that, oh, I have a tree guy, you know, and I'm getting calls still to this day because
what's her first name?
Molly Berg. Yeah,
Molly Bergs.
She's awesome. But having those customers and building those relationships with them was okay to do for me because I wanted to grow organically, slow, and I wanted it to be, you know, better in the future and not try to grow too fast and just push through jobs.
Yeah.
After that, you know, most of my jobs came from word of mouth. They were like, this guy did a great job. You should call him. And I would get calls. They told me to call you. You're the guy,
You're
you know?
the guy.
And so, you know, I had to maintain that high level of efficiency to provide that service. And it was amazing having my uncle there to help me keep that up, you know, and see those things.
What, it's been 4 years? Or how long? When did COVID happen?
It's 3.5 years.
3.5 years?
Yeah.
Has it been 3.5 years? Okay. Yeah, I guess it has been 3.5 for that. So what are some of the biggest challenges you have of being a business owner and running a company?
I would say making the plan, and I have this master plan in my head, and getting that to the guys, the communication, it always seems the most time consuming for me because I'm like, let's go, come on, let's do this, go over there, you know. But I was understanding I needed to learn more about communication and making sure they're on the same page. And once I did that, it was game over.
Where'd you get that from? Or
Tony told me, he's like, you can't just think that it's going to happen. You got to make it happen. And I was like, okay, well, I can't be everywhere. So now I got to really make it happen. And so that's when I realized the urgency to be like that.
Nice. How many guys you got working with you?
3.
3. Nice.
We're about to start a new contract, and we'll have 15 employees.
Nice.
So
excited about that?
And nervous.
Nervous?
Yeah, a little bit, you know, but it'll be a great time.
Is it a long-lasting contract or a short contract?
It's a short contract.
So. Are you subbing a lot of it out?
I'm going to be subbing some of it out, and it's my first one, so I want to make sure it goes smooth, and I want to bring the right people to the table to help me be as efficient as possible and successful.
Good. Yeah, that's exciting, man. That's exciting. So what's the future hold for you? What's the vision look like?
You know, coming here and doing these trainings, working with Bill and Ryan, doing the helicopter job, getting a taste of what I had in the military, operating on that kind of level. You know, I would see myself in the future running a medium-sized tree business, but focusing on training. I'm really getting excited and into this training side of it, and watching my friends teach classes and knowing them on a personal level is just where they get their gratification from. It changed from being master tree removal specialist to master trainer and people that look up to you in the industry.
Are you doing a lot of training?
I have been doing some training. I did some classes this weekend with Bill and Ryan. We did pinpoint rigging and some GRCS classes. And
I mean, you're right by us, man. Why aren't you doing some training for us?
I know.
Right down the street. Shit.
Yeah, I just haven't gone down that road yet.
Okay.
We got this contract and some stuff going on, and I would like to see some of that maybe in the future.
Well, we're here for you. So any help that you need and any business and growth and expansion, we got you.
I appreciate that.
Whatever you need. The listeners that are out there, what is some kind of wisdom you can share, tips from the top of just life that can help them along their way?
I would say balance. You got to balance your life. You need to prioritize things. You can't get time back. Time is non-forgiving. So you need to use your time wisely and invest in yourself. I feel like once I started realizing investing in myself was paying off, it became mandatory. And they're mandatory for people around me to do that for themselves also, because I was growing. I needed the people I was around me to grow too. And so I tell my guys, I'm like, you need to invest in yourself and your daily decisions, your family life, and your future, and it's amazing to see my own employees doing that, just having talks with them and they see what I'm doing and they're like, wow, okay.
Give me some examples of invest in your life. What do you mean
invest in your life? Okay, so invest in your life. You need to do things that are going to benefit you and benefit your future. Invest in yourself, like going to training.
You went to Grant Cardone.
Go to Grant Cardone. 10x your life. 10x. You think you want this? Well, what if you can have 10 times more than what you have?
Yeah.
And you don't have to do 10 times more work. You need to be 10 times more invested.
Yeah.
So investing in your life and your decisions and things like that are going to pay off, So
great.
It's been quite the experience, especially the last 2 years. The last year it started with the phone call. Hello, I'm Bill Burley. Would you like to come and do a helicopter removal? Yes.
Yes, I'm on my way.
No problem.
Was that awesome?
It was a great experience, and I've never ever, even in my own company, been able to feel like we operating on that level. It's like being in the Army again, working with Bill. I love it.
Legit.
Yeah, it's high level. It's not easy to do or find.
Yeah.
So
that's good. That's good. What now? Did you know Bill before that?
Yeah, I always followed Bill, watched Bill on his stuff, and he was in Sacramento area at Mowbray's at the time, and Mowbray's is a great company. They had started out, were pretty big in our area, so they were in our area, and Mountain were the two top guys. Yeah, so seeing them is like, oh wow, they're doing the things I want to do, And it was you're looking up to these guys you see here. It's like, oh, I watched all your videos. Oh, I'm such a fanboy. And I tell Ryan, I'm like,
is that my helmet?
Yeah, is that guy? And he's like, yeah, I think so. It's just the being that way and excited about our industry and then I didn't realize people were saying that about me. It's like, oh, that's Cortland. Oh, that's that guy. Look at them two right there.
There it is.
And so that's a personal growth for me. It's like stepping outside the box and then looking back in. You're like, wow, wow. It's been
just seeing yourself grow. Over the years like that.
Yeah.
Being here is investing in yourself because you're able to give back and also, meet a bunch of great people that open some doors for you.
It did, yeah.
And you're all the way across the country.
I know. Yeah.
So if anybody wants to get a hold of you, how do they get a hold of you?
Facebook, Instagram, and Johnson Tree Care. Look us up. We're in Sacramento area, based out of Carmichael.
What's your Instagram handle?
Cordy J Industries.
Okay, spell that for him.
Cortjay Industries, IND. And INDUST. I can't.
Industries.
Industries. You can't go wrong. Industries. So,
cool. And you need guys to come maybe join your team too.
Yeah, I
if you guys are
do.
listening to
I need
this,
quality
reach out to
guys.
them. Awesome quality guys that can learn under a great leader up in Sacramento. And if you're not from California, Sacramento up there is cool, man. I love
Sacramento.
I love Sac. You're 1 hour from Tahoe. I mean, the woods.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool.
Rivers, the Bay Area,
Yeah.
It's the best centrally located.
And it's not like you're in California, but it's different than the Bay.
Yes, it's a lot
A
different.
lot different.
Yeah.
Like when COVID was happening, everybody was locked in their house in the Bay, and Sac was like, "We don't give a shit.
We're not. What are you talking about?
They just kept going.
Yeah.
They seen right through that crap. So, well, man, I'm glad you're on the show.
Me too. It's about time I came over. Yeah.
Shit.
I was worried I wasn't gonna get a chance.
We got it. Bob said, "Yep, let's do it right now."
Yeah.
So I'm glad you got on the show for that. Thank you for sharing your wisdom about balance, and investing in yourself is so important because you're going to get the biggest return in yourself. And a lot of times we like to give to everybody else besides ourselves, and when we're not taken care of, we can't take care of everybody else.
Exactly.
So take care of yourself, take care of your health, your mind, your soul. Invest in you, because when you're at the top of your game, you help so many more people out around you for that. Well, everybody, there you have it. That's What's Your Story with Cortland Johnson out of Sacramento. If you like this story, if you related to it, if you got something out of it, just pay the fee. Share it today. Tag us. Like, subscribe to our page. Help us grow and help us expand. And just remember to continue to elevate the standard of the industry through safety, training, and innovation. Till next time. See you guys. Bye.
Bye.